Hey tubers, beautiful rainy day today. Grass is green, skies are beautiful, and we've got a generator. Alright, so got a Montgomery Ward 3000 watt. Yes, it says alternator. It's not an alternator, it's a generator, which I think is funny. I guess it's sort of an alternator. It's got 12 volt. I don't know. I guess it's alternating current, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so this thing's got a lot of toys on it for only being 3000 watt. It's probably 3000 running. It probably peaks a lot higher. Probably 4000 maybe peaking. But it's got full power right there. That's what it's called. It looks like just 110. Then it's got, 115, sorry. 115 on the left side as well. It's got 230 on the right side. That switch has been broken. So I've got to do something about that. Run and start and stop switches there. 12 volts here. Power on and a fuse. It's got a low tone spark arrestor muffler, 8 horsepower, U.S. Forestry approved. It's a 1974 Montgomery Ward generator. So I don't know if I already said 74 or not. No, I said it generator before, but so last night I went ahead. It was too dark. I cleaned the tank out. I have not yet tried to start it. I have turned it over to make sure it's free. It is free. But I cleaned the tank out. That tank was nasty. As you can see, still around the edges. There's some nasties, but cleaned that out inside there. There was rust down on the bottom. Just kind of surface rust. It wasn't super bad rust. I actually ended up soaking the bottom end in carb cleaner. Soaking it in there. I actually took the tank out, soaked it, and actually took, as barbaric as it sounds, I actually took a stick off a tree, like a branch, and just took it and scraped the rust, and it came right off. It actually is totally clean in there now. There's no rust whatsoever. This still smells like old fuel. It's probably that I'm smelling. That was like pretty much the color of that fuel in there. That's mixed with gasoline, newer gasoline too, but I already checked the filter. It's pretty clean. But now I just got to put new fuel filter on it. It had a fuel filter in the tank, right on the petcock, but I ended up just not severing it, but just pulling it off. Because I usually end up having problems with those, so I just pulled the screen off of there. So I'm just going to put an inline filter, which I like better anyways. I'm going to put that line in here, and I haven't even touched the carburetor. I'm going to see if it'll start. That is pretty free. It wasn't free earlier. I sprayed it with carb cleaner. So I guess I did technically touch the carburetor before. But all I did was free the throttle up. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and get some fuel line on it here. Get the fuel filter in between. See you in a second, tubers. Alrighty. So as you can see, we got the fuel line on here now. Going in that direction, which is correct. It's pretty tight. I wanted to make it so it didn't flop around, didn't have a lot of play. I just wanted it to be pretty tight. That filament in there is kind of loose, so I don't really care for that, but as long as it works. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the fuel here. Yep, got some fuel flowing through it. Fuel is on all the way. I also forgot to mention, in the whole top half of this thing, I don't know if you can see it or not, filled with this asbestos. Whole lot of it. Got it for 65 bucks. I'll be cleaning all that asbestos out. I'll be putting on gloves, a full suit. Well, not a full suit, but you know what I mean. Washing my clothes afterwards. Putting on gloves and mask, everything, getting it out of there. But for now, I'm just going to see if it'll start. Run it for a little while, give it a good workout. Which way does the choke go? I believe it's this way for choke. We'll try to start pulling it over here. sure that run is on. Yep. Okay, no fire. I'd imagine that. Oh, we got some drippage. Got some fuel drippage there. So obviously the carburetor probably needs to be cleaned out. It's an updraft carburetor, the old style. I'm gonna set everything off to the side here. I'm gonna try to get it started and running anyways, even though the carburetor's leaking. Take all this off. That foam is pretty old. Still there, which is good, but still pretty old. Oh, it started. More than I was expecting. Turn the fuel back on. Oh, it's dripping again. Flooding out again. Yeah, so obviously that thing's absolutely filthy dirty in that carburetor. Oh yeah, she's definitely nasty. Pulled that first guy out. All sorts of goop on it. See if I can get a good shot of it. There you go. And there's that guy. Same goop on it. Everything's just gooped up. Thing is though, I can guarantee you this is ethanol-free fuel. That's what, here, give me a second. There we go. That's what ethanol-free fuel does. I've worked on lots of engines in my life, and anytime there's ethanol in the fuel, it eats metal. Because ethanol is alcohol. Alcohol has a percentage of water in it. Gasoline has water in it anyways. But I've just seen anything with ethanol in it absolutely and completely destroy carburetors. But when it comes to ethanol free, you just get this oily, goopy substance. And it doesn't destroy anything. It's usually just goopy. I'd almost go as far as to say that it protects more than anything. But there's no seal between this and that, which is not a good thing. There should be a seal there. Might have to cut me out one out of some gasket material. There should be a seal on that. On these updraft carburetors, seals are absolute like the most important thing. You have to have everything perfectly sealed. If it's not sealed right, then it just doesn't run right. But yeah, it's all pulled out now. I'm gonna get that rebuilt, clean it out, everything. I need to go get some more carb cleaner. I also got to go do some stuff too, so may not be tonight that I get this thing finished, but it'll definitely be tomorrow. So got some more small engines to fix. Whether I can video them or not, I'm not sure. See you in a bit, tubers. Bye. Hey tubers, so got that all cleaned up now. It's moving nice and free. It looks like crap, but that's the gasket I made for it. Really doesn't matter to me what it looks like as long as it seals. That's all cleaned out now. And those guys, I'm going to do some fine cleaning on those, but I'll get her going here. Still got to put that one piece on the top half of this, but yeah, go tubers. Bye. Alrighty tubers, so went ahead and pulled the needle out and replaced it with this kit right here. That's the part number. Came with an extra needle and seat, but my carburetor didn't have a seat and a needle. It had the rubber piece on the end of it, which I don't know if I showed you or not. The end of this needle is actually snapped off. It'll focus again. Come on. There we go. Oh, focus for a second. The end of that needle is actually snapped off, so you can actually see that. That's what happened when it swelled up really big. But put that kit into it. Carburetor's ready to go. These threads I just found out are really stripped out, so I'm going to see if I can reuse it one more time, or I might have to do something about it, you know, tap it out or what have you. But yeah, I'm going to be getting it back in here, and we'll see if she starts and runs, and then I also got to test and see if it actually puts out any power. I have no idea yet. It hasn't run long enough. Cool. See you in a bit. Alrighty tubers, carburetor's back on. I just turned the fuel on. There's no leaks. Did notice there is a crack in that frame right there, which whatever, I can weld that. That's easy. You can see that seal is on there now. It actually did seal pretty good. The second time I pulled it apart, you could actually see that that seal had been crushed, which is good. That means it's sealing really well. I ended up cutting away that part of the carburetor and putting in a bolt on the bottom side. This one's still threaded, but that one I just ground away and put a bolt right through the carburetor because that had been stripped out. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it started now. We're on a tripod here. Still need to remove the asbestos from this generator as well. Alright, and then I've got a heater here. Just a Vornado heater, which don't keep very well. But it'll put enough drain on this generator to test it out. I need to start it and I need to set everything up in it because I've got the jets on it set just kind of roughly. Set it to a very OEM spec or whatever. It's what they set them up at factory just to get them to run, and then they tune them just briefly and then send them along the assembly line. So, and all that is one full turnout or 2 half turns, and that usually will take care of that on the jets anyways, and then you turn them in or turn them out according to how it runs, how it sounds. So got the air filter on there, choke it up, make sure the run switch is on, see if it can start. It's kind of kicking a little bit. I'm going to take the choke off. I got some drippage from the bottom of the carburetor there. Alrighty, well, about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of run time, it just suddenly shut off. Not sure why. Might be getting hot. I'm not sure. Although, what I'm seeing right here, look at this. I think it vapor locked. A whole lot of bubbles coming through there right now. How hot is that? Fuel carburetor is actually almost on the cool side. This does run past pretty warm stuff, but you can see a bubble in there. I'm wondering if it vapor locked. This exhaust is extremely hot. Seems like I've worked on another 8 horsepower updraft Briggs & Stratton, and they always seem like they run really, really hot. I'm not sure why, but I was actually right in the middle of testing all the plugs on the opposite side. I was testing out the positive first, and there wasn't anything from it, so I was going to go all the way along and test the 12 volt, the 110, see what the 110 is actually at, and then go to the 240 and see what it's at. Well, I have to wait for this thing to cool down, I guess. See, we'll have to also figure out if it's boiling because of the carburetor getting warm, which I don't think it is. I can touch them, like I'm holding the carburetor, as you can see. I'm also wondering if it's from here, because it's pretty warm. I think it's just bubbling away there. So I guess we'll have to let her cool down. I still need to take all that asbestos off the top half of here. And all back there too, if you can see it. You can see back in there, but there's asbestos all on the top side back there. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Yeah, you can see it. That's asbestos. Pretty sure of it anyways. So the next thing I really need to do, I need to pull the top half of this off. Take all these bolts out here and here. Take that all out and remove all the asbestos from it. We'll remove it all from the panel on the front side too. I need to go get something to replace it with, because it's there for a reason, especially on the electrical panel. I just don't want that to get too hot on the back side, I guess. But everything seems to be fine. It started running really good. When I had it running with the heater on, it put it under load, and when it was under load for a little while, it took a little bit to happen, but it almost started leaning out, and then I richened the screw up a little bit, and it started running a whole lot better, and I shut the heater off, and it did a lot less hunting, so just getting the fine-tuning done on it. But it'll be definitely be an ongoing project. I need to, after I get the asbestos out, I'm probably just going to pressure wash everything, including the generator head. I'll just let it dry out really good before I load it up again, and then I'll pressure wash everything, start it up, let it idle for a little while, make sure everything's pretty dry, and then I'll slowly load the generator head up and get it hot and get it warm and get it worked over so it can dry itself out completely too. Of course, I'm going to wait 24 hours before I start it up and do all that, but cool. See you, tubers. You'll see this generator again. It'll be an ongoing project. See ya. Bye.